There seems to be a new craze sweeping the country that might raise a few eyebrows. That's because it involves novices hurling sharpened steel blades. Rob Wiles takes us on a walk on the wild side to find out if he can cut the mustard at a place called AxeVentures in Nashville.
Some employees from Cummins Diesel in Nashville are headed to a business meeting.
Can I get someone else to come up here and sign a waiver for me?
This is a gathering where a waiver is simply good business.
Have y'all done axe throwing before?
Yes, she said axe throwing, and she should know. Kirsten Biederhorn is manager of AxeVentures in Nashville, one of a growing number of axe throwing establishments across the country.
We have a variety of ranges that come in, mainly because, we do a lot of minors, so it can be anybody from age 8 up to 40 or 80. We've had grandma come in and do pretty good, but mainly our range stays between 20 to 40. A lot of family, a lot of bachelorette parties, bachelors, they all have this big interest in throwing an axe.
For some, it might even be what you could call lumberjack therapy.
I've had people come in as couples and they would throw an axe just to get through an argument.
That's good therapy right there.
Yeah, good couple therapy.
For some, it's therapeutic. For others, a serious sport.
We have 3 different games. We have round robin, where a player throws 5 times in a row for 3 rounds, and at the end, whoever has the highest score wins. We also have a countdown where you can start with 30 points, work your way down to 0, and we also have a rings game where you have to make it into each of the rings.
For most, though, it's more like...
Mainly that they're just excited. This is a whole new experience for them. Not a lot of people can say on a daily basis that they get to throw an axe. So when they're coming in, they're really excited to throw an axe.
Well, how did this happen, this axe throwing thing? Kirsten says, credit the internet and Jason Momoa.
I like beer and throwing tomahawk.
He threw an axe and someone saw the video, and now that's like a big thing. They just want to do what he did.
Of course, there's more to throwing an axe than showing up and heaving the thing.
All right, guys, so are we ready to get started?
This is where Josh Formosa comes in. He's an axe expert. You could call him an axpert.
When it comes to throwing axes, the most important thing is a nice straight throw. As long as that axe is leaving your hand nice and straight, it should be hitting the target nice and straight, and that's going to be the most important thing. And then second most important is going to be just throwing with your whole arm. Most things that you throw, it's natural to throw from with just your wrist or your elbow, but we want to get our whole arm involved, make a nice big arch over the top of that shoulder. So those are going to be our 2 most important things.
I'm ready to just sling that thing. Is that what you need to do? Just get all worked up and really just...
So we like to say that it is 80% technique and 20% power. So technique is much more important than power when it comes to throwing axes. As long as it's hitting right, it should be sticking.
Now it's my turn. Time to show off my awesome athletic ability. Yeah! Ha ha, great. Well, no. That's the way I wish it had turned out, but actually, it was this. Try it?
Yeah, go for it. All right. It was a nice straight throw.
I think I took out a lighting. Fortunately, most people who come here are much better students than I am, like Cassandra Bouchard, who, along with friend Kayla Dempsey, came all the way from New Hampshire to celebrate their 30th birthdays in Tennessee and decided throwing axes would be one good way to do that.
It's definitely an interesting concept, one that's not really heard of up there as far as like a game goes, like, like a facility that you could do that at. So we thought, why not give it a shot?
Well, how is it?
It seems fun. It's quite a challenge, though.
Is it?
Yeah.
Are you getting many in the bullseye up there?
No.
Kayla Dempsey knows her way around an axe, but never really thought about throwing one.
No, I've chopped a lot of wood, but never thrown an axe.
Oh, so you have actual experience with an axe?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard work.
It is hard work.
Is this hard work, or is it kind of fun?
It's fun.
Is
yeah.
it? Is it?
A little hard once you get the technique, but it's hard. It's fun.
Those folks from Cummins Diesel, they seem to be getting the hang of axe throwing as part of their team building exercise. Jara Mirzahi is an accountant who looks at the axe thing in almost an analytical way.
Yes, it's so interesting. Yeah, you just put all your negativity on the axe and you just throw it. Yeah, I love it.
Roscoe Mayberry has plenty of experience in juggling figures in his job in the payroll department, but throwing an axe, well, that's a whole different number.
Just a good way to release testosterone in a controlled environment.
Sort of brings out the competitiveness in people and maybe a bit of their wild side.
We've actually had company events where we'll say Verizon comes in and they throw up all of their competitors like AT&T and Sprint, T-Mobile, and they'll throw axes at that. You know, it's kind of funny.
Yeah, not in anybody's picture.
No, of course not.
Never?
Never. At least not yet.
Makes you think about what you'd put on your bullseye if you take up axe throwing for yourself.